My girlfriend's 31-year-old female, best friend, 30-year-old male, constantly bullies me, 33-year-old male, in front of her. Today, he pulled me aside and said I am not good enough for her and that the idea of us being together disgusts him. My SO and I have been dating since before COVID started. We began our relationship a few weeks before the pandemic stuff happened, so over 3 years now. We have been extremely happy together and got a place together at the start of the year. She has a friend, let's call him John, and they have been BFFs since they were kids. He is very openly gay and is married to his husband. I met John once before the pandemic. He and his husband joined us on our second date. It was only recently that he was actually around and tried to do stuff with us and his husband. Honestly, I never liked John. He has always been someone who demands everyone pay attention to him. If you have an interesting story, he will constantly try to interrupt you and tell his own thing that's always much cooler. If he cannot one-up you, he will immediately try to change the topic, or someone calls him out on his nonsense. He has always been somewhat hostile to me to the point where I never really liked it. The last few months, he has pretty much just straight up started bullying me. He criticizes everything from my clothes to my appearance to even things I like. Last week, it got super bad when both my SO and I mentioned that we are going on vacation to Japan for a month, something we both wanted to do. John was apparently really hurt by it. Apparently, he and my SO talked about that for years, but never did it due to COVID. I tried to be nice and suggested he and his partner come with us, and he told me he wouldn't ever want to go anywhere and be seen with a loser like me. Okay. Tonight was one of our mutual friends' birthdays, and John showed up after being invited by my SO. At one point in the night, he pulled me aside when I went to the bathroom and spent 5 minutes throwing an insane amount of shade at me. Everything from I am disgusting to I am garbage. Then he outright told me to break up with my SO, or he would do it for me because our relationship disgusts him. I have told my SO multiple times like, hey, can you tell John to cool it? I don't like this. I don't want to be around him. John immediately denies everything I say he said. He also only does it when my SO is not present. Tonight, I told her word for word what happened, and she just said she doesn't believe me at all. She has known him for a quarter of a century, and she has never seen anything like that. So I asked if she thought I was lying, and she said I was just embellishing what he was saying. She can tell he is unhappy about our relationship, but that doesn't change anything for her. She loves me, and that is that. Honestly, I feel hurt. I feel she is taking his side always, and it just makes me feel like shit. I don't really know if I can continue this relationship. It just feels so stupid. Edit. Sorry, I just woke up trying to read everything. Also, to clarify something, my reaction is generally to be extremely nice and just take it on the chin. All of her other friends love me, and some of them have mentioned they really dislike John. I need to leave for work, but I'm going to try talking to her one final time, and if that fails, try to record it. Edit 2. Just before I run for work, thank you all for taking the time out of your day to give me advice. Thank you. Relevant comments. Miss Moni to you. And she just said she doesn't believe me at all. That's not an appropriate answer. She can tell he is unhappy about our relationship, but that doesn't change anything for her. She loves me, and that is that. Has she told him this? I don't really know if I can continue this relationship. It just feels so stupid. That's totally understandable. By not acting on this, your partner is worsening the conflict and making you feel unheard. If she can't trust you on this, why are you in a relationship at all? OP. She has made it very clear that we are a couple, multiple times. However, I don't know if those exact words were said to John. Honestly, if it wasn't for this issue, our relationship would essentially be perfect, which is why this hurts so much. Not really an elf. Just because he doesn't want to shag her doesn't mean he's not jealous that someone else is taking up her time. Unless there's something you're not telling us, it sounds like he's annoyed that his bestie is giving time and attention to someone who's not him. Has he ever approved of any of her relationships? Original poster. The only other previous relationship she had was an abusive one, and he played a big part in getting her out of it, according to her. Also, yeah, I can somewhat see that. When I finally moved back recently, apparently he kept trying to make plans with my SO almost every single night, and that never happened as she works a fairly stressful job now. Dependent, remove. 326. Record him on your phone or get a recorder that can fit in your pocket. Stand up to him. Comments on your clothes. I didn't ask your opinion. Says you are scum. Well, GF likes me. That's all that matters. That's my advice. Stand up and record. OP. Thanks. I am going to try recording. I have tried to reply back and have even got a few laughs from her friends, but he just tends to get even worse, and it becomes a massive annoyance. He acts like a child, and it drives me mad. Archangel. One thing I don't understand. Why have you put up with this for so long? The second time he trash-talked you, I would have told him to off. And every subsequent time after that he tried to talk to you alone, I would have just walked away. Why did you engage? Why don't you talk to John's partner? Tell him what's been happening. Ask if John is really gay, or maybe he's bisexual and still has feelings for your girlfriend. If he wants to interfere in your relationship, you can interfere in his. As for your girlfriend, I'm not sure. On one hand, if you break up, John wins. But on the other hand, is there a future in a relationship where your girlfriend does not support you? The petty side of me would get a voice recorder, capture him trash-talking you, play it back to your girlfriend, and say, "That's why you should have believed me. We're done." Then walk away and let them sort out their own issues. Sorry, I probably haven't been very helpful. At the very least, don't engage with John anymore. Anytime the two of you are left alone, just walk away. Whatever else you decide, good luck. OP. Generally, I just ignore him when he does it. However, when he threw all that shade at me, he was literally blocking the hallway, preventing me from passing. I am a small guy, and John is a big guy. Why don't you talk to John's partner? His partner is frankly just as bad as he is, even worse in some ways. All he ever does is put people down. Any comment you make, he treats as a slight. Apparently, he was livid that my significant other made a suggestion for the look of their new place. My significant other and he don't really get along. Going to try to record him. Update. I got a lot of good advice, so thank you all. Unfortunately, it does not have a good ending. I tried to talk to my significant other. I sat down with her and tried to have a serious conversation. I got him to foolishly rant about how much he thinks I am garbage over WhatsApp. He is apparently not racist, but his reasoning is, I am nowhere near attractive enough, apparently, for her. I am batting way above my league, and the only reason she is with me is pity. My career as a software developer contributes absolutely nothing to mankind. It gives me a better-than-everyone attitude. I am painfully boring, and just being around him makes him want to assault me physically. My voice is unbearably grating on him. I made a few comments explaining how petty that sounds, and he lost it over WhatsApp. I even got some of her own friends to comment and say they don't like to be around John. One of her friends ranted to me about John, saying he tried to make her destination wedding about him and his husband. Today I sat down with her, explained how I felt, and showed her the conversation and the comments. I went with the angle of, I don't want you to cut your best friend out of your life. I just don't want to be around this person at all, thinking it would be diplomatic. She took it very poorly and accused me of being manipulative by egging him on in the conversation. I said, "What is your problem with me?" She said I am being extremely manipulative, and I am doing what her ex tried to do by controlling who she can be friends with. She told me she didn't want to be around me, needs space, and has decided to go stay with some family while she sorts out her feelings. This evening she messaged me and said, our relationship is over and she will collect her stuff when she calms down. She doesn't want to discuss it as her decision is final. I am in shock right now. On top of that, it seems like she cut ties with a bunch of her friends who supported me. I don't understand her reaction at all, and I just feel devastated. Part of me just wishes I kept my mouth shut, but I just cannot take being bullied and it being ignored by someone who is supposed to love me. I feel lost and hurt, I guess. So sorry, but thank you for all the nice comments. Relevant comments. Definitely. Sane Gary. Honestly, man, you are probably better off. The whole situation sounds toxic, and you'll find someone who won't think it's normal for her friends to make you feel like shit. She clearly has mental issues. OP. This is what most of my friends have been telling me. It just really sucks. Everything aside from him was fantastic in my eyes. I don't know.